This video highlights Turnitin's Google add-on Draft Coach and the value of Draft Coach for you and your students. We will demonstrate several instances for using Draft Coach in your classroom, as well as discuss how Draft Coach and your Turnitin solution can work together. Meet Ms. Perez. She's a veteran educator currently teaching 3 writing courses. She's used similarity reports in various Turnitin solutions for several years, formatively as a teaching aid and summatively as a way to evaluate final work. In a typical week, most of Ms. Perez's 96 students are drafting essays simultaneously. While she'd like to provide formative feedback for every student on every assignment, realistically, she just doesn't have enough time. However, Ms. Perez knows from her own experiences that her students are far more likely to actually read and apply feedback while drafting, and the research supports that observation. For instance, at least 60% of students say that they are likely to incorporate feedback that they receive during their work process or immediately after. Given all of her tasks, Ms. Perez considers how she can offer her students more feedback during the writing process when it truly makes a difference in their writing. While sitting at her computer, reading through her 10th essay that day, marking similar suggestions around citations and sources, Ms. Perez remembers her administrator mentioning Turnitin Draft Coach, a Google add-on. Draft Coach offers formative feedback for students working on academic writing and research while drafting their work. She opens an essay from a previous term to see how it works. After selecting the Draft Coach add-on, Ms. Perez enters Draft Coach, where 3 tools are available for students: a similarity check, a citations check, and a grammar guide. The Draft Coach Similarity Check presents students with a similarity score, sources that match text in their writing, and suggestions for what to do with their score to improve their writing. This information allows students to investigate and correct any flagged errors before submitting a final document. Students can access 3 similarity checks per document, so it'll be important to help students understand how to use the checks purposefully. For a citations check in Draft Coach, students can generate a report that presents the number of citations, references, and the formatting style detected in the writing. The citations report helps students identify when citations are missing references or when references are missing citations. When an issue is flagged, Draft Coach provides guidance on what students should do next to fix the error. In this space, students have access to unlimited checks, which allows them to finesse their in-text citations and works cited information. With the grammar guide, students can get feedback on grammar, mechanics, usage, and structure. The guide detects any potential grammatical issues, then presents a summary along with a list of issues found in the writing. Types of grammatical issues are grouped together. When selected, an explanation of the issue, a description of the grammatical rule, and examples are provided. Students will also see the highlighted snippet of their writing so they can address the issue. Similar to the citations check, students can check their grammar as often as they'd like and at any point during their writing. Ms. Perez examines Draft Coach and the impact on her students' work. Using Draft Coach, students can correct any unintentional plagiarism, citation, and grammar issues before submitting a final document. Students become more active in the revision process of their work. Students feel more confident in their writing, and time is saved during the grading process. Now that her students will be using Draft Coach along with a Turnitin solution, Ms. Perez considers the instructional implications. She imagines a few ways to use Draft Coach in her classroom. She could require students to use Draft Coach before submitting assignments for final evaluation. And in terms of assignments, she could have them use it for lower stakes assignments like summaries or book reviews, or larger, more high stakes assignments like research papers or essays. Really, it would be beneficial for any assignment requiring the use of sources and citations. Another option is introducing Draft Coach to her students, then explaining that they can use it on their own at any time by accessing it in a Google Doc. In this case, Draft Coach is more of an instructional support tool that students can choose to use before submitting to a Turnitin solution. An alternative idea is using Draft Coach as an intervention tool for students who need assistance in writing areas such as paraphrasing, using direct quotations, or adding proper citations. As a starting point, she plans to introduce Draft Coach to her students and require them to draft their work in the app, then submit their final assignments to their Turnitin solution, which is Feedback Studio. This way, her students get practice using the tool and experience how it can improve their writing. Using Draft Coach with a Turnitin solution requires students to understand how and when to access both applications. It is recommended for the instructor to show students how to access and use Draft Coach to help with their writing, and then how to submit their papers to a Turnitin solution. Note, instructors need to create the assignment in their Turnitin solution to collect final papers. Once students are ready to submit the paper they've been writing using Draft Coach, they need to locate the assignment in their Turnitin solution for submission. Institutions may access their Turnitin solutions, such as Feedback Studio or Originality, through Turnitin.com or their learning management system. Depending on how your Turnitin solution is accessed, students will either need to select the file directly from Google Drive or upload the downloaded file from Google Drive. Since Ms. Perez's students are working in Feedback Studio, she will ask her students to submit directly from Google Drive. However, instructors should encourage the method that best fits their solutions and instruction. Ms. Perez is excited to provide more formative learning opportunities by implementing Draft Coach in her classroom. She hopes fellow instructors join her in empowering their students to write with integrity. If you need further assistance using Draft Coach, be sure to explore all of the helpful links within the application. You may also review the help guides on Turnitin.com, as well as the Draft Coach website to learn more.